Hi, my name is Beth. A while back, my family and I visited Seattle for the first time, and in this special retro episode, we thought that you might like to tag along. But before you do, take a moment to subscribe. No, really, we'll wait. Flip your phone this way and subscribe. All set? Then off we go. Living in LA at the time, we flew out of Burbank's Bob Hope Airport to San Francisco for a short layover. And then boarded another plane to SeaTac, the Seattle Tacoma International Airport. We wanted to live like the Seattleites, so we booked an Airbnb in the Belltown neighborhood, near the Space Needle, at Dorian Apartments, named after the Dorian musical scale, often used by Seattle natives Jimi Hendrix, the legendary guitarist, and the band Nirvana, who helped popularize alternative rock. After checking into our unit, we quickly unpacked our bags. And having traveled all day, we weren't sleepless in Seattle. The next morning, we walked about 5 blocks to Seattle Center, a tourism and performing arts center, to board the city's monorail, which has been running since the '62 World's Fair. Like the one that opened in Disneyland a few years before it, the train travels on a raised, fixed guideway. But this 3-minute ride is the fastest route from the Space Needle to the Westlake Center Mall, with no stops in between. Then we made our way down to the waterfront to take a spin on the Seattle Great Wheel at Miners Landing. Extending 40 feet over Elliott Bay, it opened in 2012 and is the largest observation wheel on the West Coast, rising 175 feet into the air. It has 42 climate-controlled gondolas, each one comfortably seating up to 8 people. In the course of 3 revolutions over 12 minutes, you can enjoy some unique views of the Seattle skyline, as well as the waterfront and nearby mountains. And if you time your visit just right, you can even take in the sunset. Afterward, we walked to Pike Place Market, which spans 9 acres in the center of downtown. This soul of Seattle was founded in 1907, is known for its fresh seafood, and is home to the first Starbucks, which opened in '71. The original siren is still in the logo on the window. Next, we popped into Gameworks Seattle, a collaboration between Sega, Universal Studios, and DreamWorks. They have classics like air hockey, a lounge for esports, and over 150 arcade games. Then we rode the monorail back to Seattle Center and found Zeek's Pizza, a local pizzeria known for its West Coast sourdough crust. We finished the evening with episodes of Frasier, which was set here.
Good night, Seattle, we love you!
The next day, when the kids finally woke up, our son sipped on some coffee and pondered what it'd be like to move here, while my husband and our daughter were content enjoying breakfast with a view. Then we drove 3 hours through the rain to Peace Arch Park, which has a 67-foot International Peace Arch. The park commemorates the signing of the Treaty of Ghent that ended the War of 1812 between the U.S. and Great Britain. Oh, hang on. This one's backwards. No. Aha, there we go. Now where were we? Oh, the park is on the border, and there's no wall or fence. So you can walk right across, but bring proof of U.S. citizenship, especially if you're planning to return. Next, we visited a mile-long sand spit between Drayton Harbor and Semiahmoo Bay in Semiahmoo Park. This is a popular place for bird watching and taking in the natural beauty, or just collecting seashells. Back at the Dorian, we visited the Skylounge, grabbed some marshmallows and fired up a gas grill to make s'mores. Set on seeing some unusual attractions, today we headed north to the Aurora Bridge. Underneath it, on the north side, was the first thing on our list. The Fremont Troll was built for an arts contest in 1990, and it's been clinging to that Volkswagen Beetle ever since. You may recognize it from the 1999 film 10 Things I Hate About You, which was based on Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew. Next, we headed to Arcade Plaza, at the intersection of Denny Way, Olive Way, and Summit Avenue, to walk through a life-size Pac-Man arena. It was painted on 2,600 square feet of blacktop as part of the Pavement to Parks program in 2017. As Pac-Man would say, waka 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 waka. Anyway, then we made our way to Freeway Park, which was built over the 5 freeway in the 1970s. Feeling cars passing underneath was a strange sensation. The park connects downtown to the convention center and has prompted creative land use in other American cities. Later, we caught a ride on the Bainbridge Ferry, my favorite part of the trip, which departs from Corman Dock at Pier 52. Its 8.5-mile route stretches across Elliott Bay in Puget Sound. Takes approximately 35 minutes to complete and offers a different view of the city. At around $10 for adults and $5 for minors, it's one of the best priced attractions in town. The ship can carry 2,500 people, but accepts no reservations, so arrive early. Bainbridge Island is mainly residential, but it does have some beaches, gardens, and hiking trails. We had fun exploring the boat, as the locals call it. Seattle!
It's right there.
It's really refreshing to experience the wind and the waves. And you can say you've traveled on the largest ferry system in the US, 3rd in the world. Finally, we got to check out the Space Needle, the 605-foot tower designed on a napkin to be the center of the 62 World's Fair. From here, you can listen to the city and appreciate breathtaking views of the bay, as well as downtown. Though tickets cost 4 times as much as the ferry, visiting the Space Needle is an absolute must. Mount Rainier, the area's often snow-capped volcano, peeked through the clouds to bid us farewell. And we boarded a plane to our next adventure. But that's another story. We hope you enjoyed traveling with us, that you'll take a moment to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. You won't want to miss future trips where you can tag along. For those of you who have already been to Seattle, be sure to tell us about your trip in the comment section below. And for those of you who haven't been yet, let us know what most interested you from today's video. And see the links to the attraction websites in the description below for more information. Until next time, this is Beth, encouraging you to have an adventure all your own.